for staying with us and following your markets with us. But Anil Rego, founder and CEO of Right Horizons, is with us. Anil, thank you for joining us. Your reading of being able to increase 2 rupees, 2 rupees 50, whatever, in an environment like this, what would that indicate for you as a roadmap for oil and gas companies?
Sure. So in fact, 2 rupees 50 paise is a reasonably big increase. So I think it's a very brave move on the part of the government considering where inflation is. So I think directionally it's reasonably positive there. However, I would not, jump and go overboard and, really add a large quantity of them. Yes, definitely it's something that one can consider there. But, I believe that if there's continued inflation, if, fuel prices continue to go up globally, which is what our expectation is, then at some point or the other, politics will, catch up and you would start having issues there. So I would still think it's a little early to, be overjoyed about it, but definitely it's a positive one. And it looks like directionally, the government is reasonably serious about, deregulation of diesel prices as well.
Okay, so again, pop quiz here. Guess which mid-cap stock, and hint, we were just discussing it, has managed to start its life today with a 5% circuit. Yep, Sri Ashtavinayak. So that's exactly what we were talking about. Stocks moving up. It's got big volumes behind it as well, but it's a special case study perhaps, not something that retail investors can easily move in and out.
Just one thought on banks. Look, banks are not trading plays anymore. So you're struggling if you are looking for something to happen. I'll show you a Union Bank of India chart. See, the issue with Union Bank right now, if it holds 300 is a very strong support. Can you just give me a 1 year chart on this? 300 is very strong support. If it doesn't hold, it could go to 250. But there are multiple resistances. But basically, these are not trading stocks. You're not going to get anything out of it. Now, are they investing stocks? Here's my question to you. Will Union Bank of India give you 30% in 12 months? That's the question you have to answer, which means it will have to go to about 400 plus. Now, had you bought Central Bank of India at 40 rupees when the dividend was 10 rupees in March 2009, yeah, I mean, it was a sure shot that at least it will double. In these cases, you have to ask yourself questions whether these stocks can double. So whether they are trading plays or investing plays, please just keep that in mind. United Bank of India, I'll put that up again. Look, maybe if it stops at 85, it's got some life. Even if it drifts to 80, I mean, this is boring. The momentum is gone out of it. But Anil Rego, can you, with conviction, give me one PSU stock that will deliver 30% returns in 12 months if I was to buy it today?
I think there's nothing like that, which one can assure you. See, I believe that, a sector which has been a leader for some time, and starts falling, one has to be a little cautious out there. Okay, so that's the case with banks, and it can last and go down a little more there. So I would probably stay away from banks at this point of time. In fact, more from PSU banks. Maybe the private sector banks may be a better place to look at, and if at all, look at banks which maybe are doing a lot more to work on their balance sheets, on their margins and stuff, like an ICICI Bank. So I would at this point stay away from banks broadly.
Well, as far as State Bank of India is concerned,
yeah. Anil, let's take up State Bank of India with you. Now, to be fair, the price targets that Ashu was talking about, I mean, they're all 12-month targets. But do you think even in 12 months, State Bank can get back to those, high levels of 3,500, 3,800? And fundamentally, what is going right and what is going wrong for some of the bank stocks? I mean, for an investor here who is not bothered about the next 6 months in this market, who's not watching these screens every day, on fundamentals, 12 months, is there a case to be buying something like State Bank of India?
Sure. I also do look at prices and, my experience of previous market falls, etc., while also looking at the fundamental perspective there. Because you'll normally find that, in all markets, near market peaks, you'll find a lot of brokerage calls that go completely haywire. So I would, and I would especially be cautious on, sectors which have already run up in a significant way. And, from a fundamental basis, what is it that is, going good for them? I think there was some expectation of growth in the economy. There was some expectation that the overall industry will start coming back up. and of course, with some data which is not very consistent on the industrial growth numbers, that has taken a beating. That's the first one. The second is, the interest rates going up, the NIMs, falling there. There was an expectation that, I think everybody was reasonably clear that NIMs would fall, but they felt that the growth will overtake, and that much of consumption and XYZ things will happen there. So while the writing was actually on the wall, I think a lot of people went a little overboard on the expectations of growth there. So I would I would think that something like a state bank would play within the range of 2200 to about 2500 there for a period of time. I don't expect some of those higher targets to happen there in such a short time. And plus, once a segment which is sort of been a leader and it comes off, then I think the action moves on to some other sector there. So again, from that perspective, I would not be expecting the action to be in banks from here.
Anil, so do you have any buy ideas right now that you're working with, or are you yourself in a wait and watch mode to see where the market first stabilizes?
So I think one has a bit of a few defensives out there, and what one would believe that in case markets do fall, they will end up falling a lot lesser, and just in case markets do rebound from here, then there's a chance that these defensives will also make some money for you. One of them is Polaris. Polaris on the BFSI space. The stock has not done much for a long period of time, and I think that the exposure to global markets and especially on the BFSI space, coming back in, I think some of the strong global results in this space, I would think that a Polaris is definitely something that one could look at. One also would suggest something like an LG Equipment. Again, that's a very defensive stock, manufacturing air compressors, very low beta. So one would believe that a stock like LG is something that one could use for just in case there's a bounce that one sees from here.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, the other one probably is Zydus Wellness, which I think is a interesting stock there. It has three very good brands: the Sugar Free, it has the Everyuth, and a Neutralite. So all of them decent visibility there. And I would expect and in fact I'm among these most bullish on, let's say, a Zydus Wellness type of stock there, because it's not going to be impacted by a lot of the things happening around. I do expect diabetes to continue to be more and more of an issue with a larger set of the population there. So I think it's perfectly positioned, and stock like this probably would go against the trend as well.
So Anil, one last question I wanted to ask you. There are times in the market where it's almost like pick any gold nugget you want and it's being available at 3 rupees. Has that time come, Anil? Because that's the kind of time we had in very short window, but we had in March 2009, where you could buy a central bank at 40. I don't know, State Bank must have been some 250, some ridiculous price. Has that time come, or one can wait, and at what level of the index do you think that's the time where you say, I'm going to take out every gun and go blazing, which means pull everything out from everywhere else and put it out right here? Is that time come as yet?
So see, Ashu, it's very difficult to predict the exact time there, but definitely what I'm liking is a lot of very strong quality good blue chips have really fallen very sharply there, and there are names like L&T, Mahindra and Mahindra and stuff, which I believe will continue to do well. So yes, they are today at attractive price points, but I'm not sure it's over. So what I would do is start off the buying process in a lot of these blue chips. Of course, at this time, like I said, I would still prefer being a little defensive. So maybe look at the ITCs of this world, the Zydus Wellness, for example, and focus on stocks like that for this part of it. I think if index does fall down to something like 5400, definitely that's a point when I would go in a much larger way and buy out a lot of the stocks which are there. But impossible to time it perfectly, so I would break it up into maybe every 100 points or so go and buy in some bit into large blue chips here. I would rather leave away mid caps too much at this point of time, even though they may look really very attractive, because first I would expect the large caps to bounce back, and then you may just have time enough to get back into mid caps. Yes, you may lose out on some of the opportunities out there, but that's fine. It is better to be a little safe than sorry.
Okay, Anil, we'll leave it on that note then for this morning. Thanks so much for taking out the time and being with us. Fundamental ideas there with Anil Rekh.